Oh, what a fucking day. Full time from my living room. I'd have loved to have been there today. It has finished. Norwich 1, Millwall 2. Holy hell. What a game. And unfortunately, Stoke did score a second, but we are second. Obviously, it's one game into the season. Let's not lose our heads. As you can see, if I move this, I predicted 2-1. It was 2-1. As you can see down there, the goal scorers, Negley and Langstaff. And we're going to go through the game. What a game it was. We started very slow. Let's pull up the stats here. We look at the first half stats. 8 shots to 4. And then second half, we really turned it up. If we just look at all of the stats here. As you can see, based on XG and things like that, big chances missed. We'll get onto that in just a moment. And although it says that they had 2 big chances and missed 2 big chances, I'm not sure. I couldn't pinpoint where those 2 chances came from. Like, I'm literally recording this straight after ending the stream for the watch along, and I have no idea what 2 big chances they had were. Start off with the game. As you can see, 11 shots in total. It was a really poor start. If we look at the first half as a whole, we didn't have these 4 shots until about the 25th, 30th minute. It was a really slow start, and it looked like it was just going to be a long day. And then 25th minute, it kind of like we rode the wave, and we repelled the Norwich pressure, and then we just started growing into the game. We was having chances, we was coming forward, and I think personally, at half time, Norwich fans would have been happy that the half time whistle came when it did. Although they had 8 shots and only 1 on target, there were more half chances. 4 of these shots came in one attack, which multiple were blocked. I think all 3 of these blocked shots, and then one of the shots off target were like contributed to 4 of these shots. And you can see, look, 6 shots outside the box. They didn't really put us under much pressure. Like they put us under pressure, but we weren't. There wasn't anything that was like I wasn't watching it through my hands. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't shaking. I wasn't like they're gonna score. It was kind of like it didn't feel like they were gonna do anything with it, but it felt like it was coming. And then half time comes, or then like 25th minute, we then start putting on pressure, but it didn't really feel like we were going to do much, but it was coming again. So the first half wasn't really a game of chances, it was a game of momentum, first half. And then half time happens, cool. Second half, players come out and on the front foot from the off. First 5 minutes, they're under the cosh. Then more of an equal next 5 minutes till the 55th, until the 50th when we score. Sorry. And then it was a brilliant goal. Kramer put the ball into the box. It was just behind Ivanovic. Came out to Negley, who had time, the freedom of Norfolk, to bring the ball down, smash it low into the near post, bottom left hand corner. And it felt like it was going to be a 1-0 game, but Norwich didn't really throw anything at us. And then I can still recall it. I can close my eyes and see it in my head. I'm sat here. They're showing a replay of something that happened earlier in the game. Then the replay ends and Bender just clears the ball. It hits Sargent, loops up in the air, then bounces level with the post, and then kind of like spins back into the inside of the post. It goes in off the post, and out of fucking nowhere, Norwich have equalised. Do they deserve it? No. Did they really? Did they do anything in this game for it to be a 2-1? No. This was a 2-0 game. They just got the rub of the green with the bounce. It's good pressure from Sargent. I'm not going to take it away from him, but it was Bender just took a bit too long. Sargent closed him down, and Sargent did whatever a good striker could do, or should do, and got in the way to keep his clearance. So then it's 1-1, and then Norwich really grew into the game after that point, and then it looked like they might do something. But again, not really any clear-cut chances. I know it says here 2 big chances, but again, I couldn't tell you what they were. A couple of balls into the box that was defended well, and then I can't remember when it was. I think it was the 74th minute. Let's see if I can find it here. No, okay. No, wait, turn off key events. There we go. Turn off key events. We go to... Was it? Where was it? 60th minute. Wow. I'm guessing it was that one. Yeah. It must have been this one. Ball comes from a throw-in, and Ivanovic just does well to just gets a bit lucky with the bounce, wins it back off the defender in the box, and stood parallel with the 6-yard box. So if I could bring up the goal, so he stood about here, cuts it back to about here where Aziz is, and somehow from there Aziz can't keep it down and puts it over, and it really should have been 2-1 there. And then fast forward 20 minutes later, Doughty has the ball down the left-hand side, and it's similar to his goal against Sutton. Langstaff, his first goal against Sutton. Doughty just plays a through ball in behind. Langstaff's made that run. He opens his body. He could have squared it to Ivanovic behind the ball, ahead of the defence. Would have had a tap in, but he just calmly and confidently slid it underneath the goalkeeper for 2-1. And then from then on, we were in just not really crisis mode, but another shot from Langstaff, shot from Ivanovic that went high and wide. Like, there was a few attempts here. This Chris Gordon shot was the ball bouncing. The ball had made it in behind. It was crossed in. Cooper tried to, I don't know if he tried to clear it or tried to bring it down or what. It looked like he tried to control it. But it kind of like, he tried to stick a leg out, hit his leg and bounced down. He's almost controlled it. And Chris Gordon got in per toe poked at goalwards, and Bender made himself big and made the save. Cernac's shot from distance was blocked. Darling's shot was, I'm pretty sure, sliced wide. And again, a lot of chances, just like you can see here. Cernac's shot there, out of play for a fucking goal kick. Like, I think we were well worth the 3 points. I think we had a very, very, very slow start. Norwich had 58% possession and 354 accurate passes. But about 150, 200 of these were just passing amongst their defence. They didn't really try and like cut us open. They didn't really do much. Yeah, look at that. 201 passes were made in their own half. And even then, about 100 of these passes, or at least 50 of them, in the opposition half, was just where they were just stood in the centre circle, just passing it across. You can see here, Doughty got man of the match. If we go to the lineups here, Jacob Wright, their best player, but you can see all over the pitch, Doughty played left back. I don't know why it says he's centre back, and it was definitely a 4-4-2. You can see over here, way more greens. I felt like we were the better team by far. Their goalkeeper getting 6.0. Again, a bit like not really much to look into because he didn't really have much to do. And we were very, very well worth the 3 points. I felt like Norwich hardly threatened. We were definitely the better team, and I feel like it was more of a 2-0 game than a 2-1, but who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? Who gives a shit? At the end of the day, we've won the fucking game. We're second in the league, and we go to Middlesbrough. Well, we host Middlesbrough, but we go on to Middlesbrough, who beat Swansea 1-0 today. So, if we play like we did in the second half, definitely the first 15 or so minutes, or first 10 minutes, I feel like we'll be well up there. I spoke about it on stream, but looking, I can speak on Southampton, Wrexham, not much on Ipswich and Birmingham, or Coventry and Hull, and Charlton and Watford, but I wasn't that impressed with Southampton. A really good free kick and then a lapse in defence from just trying to stay in the game at 1-0, trying to clutch onto a point. Which, at that stage in the game when they scored, when did they score? Was it 96th? Yeah. If they didn't score that free kick and it's 96th at 1-0, then Southampton don't score that and they lose the game. Like, I wasn't that impressed with Southampton. Wrexham look like they'll be safe for sure. Charlton probably will be safe, but the Charlton-Watford game was a fucking snooze fest. You'd think that those two sides will be in and around this zone, from 20th to 16th, both of them. I don't know if they'll be in any danger. Can't see them being in much danger, to be fair. Norwich, though, again, if they could do a bit more than just pass it around and actually, take some risks, try and make some defence splitting passes and try and cut through, I feel like they'll be safe. They'll definitely finish around here from 8th to 14th. And again, this is just based on the first game of the season. Players are still gelling. Transfers still to come and things, but I feel like we're going to have a very good season. We've just won on the opening day for the first time in like 3 years. And we've just won at Norwich for the first time in 57. We had Leonard come on, Luongo come on, Kundal come on, Amaku and Langstaff. Langstaff getting his goal again. I'm so happy for him. Hopefully he kicks on now and we can see the player that we spent the £700,000 on. But where does that leave players like Nisbet, and because we now have 3 strikers here. Nisbet makes 4. Where does that leave them? I know we're away from home, so hopefully against Middlesbrough we might get to see more of Grant Sturgeon, Bangura Williams. I can understand why they didn't come on, and these 5 did. We opted for more experience, especially these 3 being what? Oh, Langstaff came on the 80th minute, so yeah, only 10 minutes. He's already scored the same amount of goals in 10 minutes that he did the whole of last season. But I understand going for experience instead of trying to give players minutes. Away from home, 90th minute or 89th minute, and trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead. Doughty was shattered. Mitchell had gone down. He was injured from a challenge that happened 2 minutes prior. But well worth the 3 points. We move on to Tuesday where we have Newport, which again I'm hoping that our starting lineup against Newport is literally Crocombe in goal, Wes Harding, Kamal Grant, Ben Drake, Zach Sturge, maybe even Adam Mayer, Alfie Massey, Daniel Kelly, Bangura Williams, Benicio Baker Boyti, or even Tariq Lamptey or Rafik Lamptey, Tariq Lamptey, with maybe a front two of a Marku and Nisbet, or even give Langstaff a shout. I don't want to see Ivanovic, Coburn, Aziz, Negley, Kundle, Doughty, Denor, Mitchell come on the pitch, unless it's for like for some sharpness, for some minutes. I'd like to see a full rotation, especially considering we're playing Newport, who did beat Crawley today. Fair play to them, but you know, it is Newport County. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, is it 6? Why did I say 6:30? 7:30. If we look at our head-to-head, we beat them in the FA Cup 3-0 5 years ago. Smith, Mahoney, and Bradshaw. Fucking hell. What a time that was. Look at, like, I just want to come back to this, yeah? 2 of our starting lineup. What about our subs? 2 of our starting lineup and subs are still at the club. In Cooper and Mitchell. Tom King was in goal, that's funny. But like, it just shows how far, even in just 5 years, we've come as a club, where we've gone from players like Jason McCarthy and John Denny Bodvarsson to Tanganga and Ivanovic. Alex Pearce to Tristan Kramer. Murray Wallace to Alfie Doughty. Yuri Skalak to Femi Aziz. Matt Smith to Coburn. Although I do have a soft spot for Matt Smith, I did like him. Jason Malumbi, I feel like, is the only one from here that's left that could still do a job for us, considering he was 21 and on loan and young. But we've gone from Conor Mahoney, who's now Barrow, to Camille Negley. We've come a long way as a club, and I can't lie, I'll be looking forward to next Saturday. I don't know if there'll be a watch along for Newport Millwall. There might be, there might not be. But you'll definitely see me next Saturday for the game against Middlesbrough. Our first home game of the season, which I know why we're going to take. It'll be the Sheffield United game that we trial our away kit, or wear our away kit for the first time. Or maybe Newport will be the first time we wear our away kit. But hopefully we have a third kit by this time. But I said online, for the first 4, for the month of August, 3, 6, 7, 10 points. We've got 3. I feel like we'll win this. A draw against Sheffield United. We'll wait and see how they play. They kick off in 10 minutes as of recording this. And then watching Wrexham today, I feel like we could do a number on Wrexham. So, we will see. We will see. But that will do me. Thank you for watching. This is my post-match reaction and analysis of the game while it's fresh on the dome. Good finish from Negley. A really composed, confident finish from Langstaff. And we're second at the table. Like, if we just took this and we just screenshot this, screenshot that, look at that for a top 6, I'd be happy. Look at that. Come on. Will it finish that way? Fuck no. Ipswich and Birmingham will be a little bit further up there, although I wasn't too impressed with what I saw of Birmingham. Although I didn't see much. Same with Ipswich. I feel like both of them, compared to their hype, were a bit underperformed a little bit. But we'll see a lot more of them as the season goes, and we can make better judgments. But we've got Sheffield United, Bristol City to come, and then Leicester, Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow, if that game even goes ahead, which I'm guessing it will. But fuck knows who Sheffield Wednesday are going to play. If we look at their squad, wow, there ain't much. They've got like one goalkeeper, 3 strikers, 6 midfielders, and 5 defenders. 6 defenders. Yeah, they are in a tough spot. But that'll do for me. I'm done. We are fucking massive. I need to bring this back down underneath everything. Hang on. There we go. But that'll be it from me. As you can see, lineups there. There's all the player ratings. I think they're fair for sure. They're definitely acceptable. I do feel like we were the better team. A 2-1 win for the first time over Norwich in 57 years. We couldn't, could we?